Does this sound familiar? Music is 2 o'clock in the morning. The house is completely silent and the rest of the world is fast asleep. Music, but you are not. You are wide awake, staring at the ceiling, feeling that familiar, nagging pressure. You drag music yourself out of bed for the second or third time tonight, stumbling to the bathroom, only to stand there waiting for relief. Music that barely comes. It is frustrating. It is exhausting. And music, frankly, it makes you feel years older than you actually are. You worry about your energy for the music next day. You worry about long car rides. And you worry about what this means for music your future. Today, we're going to clear up the confusion and find some simple, safe swaps music that make life easier. Let's get started. We need to have an honest conversation about the check engine light of the male body. If you are a man over 60, you know exactly what I am talking about. It is the prostate, music. It is a tiny gland roughly the size of a walnut, but when it starts acting up, it can dominate your entire life. The statistics music tell us that by age 60, over half of men will experience some form of prostate enlargement. And that number music keeps climbing. As we get older, we tend to brush it off as just part of aging, something we have to grit our teeth and endure. But I want to challenge that mindset today, music, because accepting it as normal can actually be dangerous, especially if you are also keeping an eye on your kidney health. Here is the connection that often gets music missed in standard medical pamphlets. Your prostate wraps directly around the tube that carries urine out of your bladder. When that gland music swells, it acts like a clamp on a garden hose. The flow restricts. Music. The bladder has to work harder and harder to push against that resistance. And when the bladder cannot empty completely, that is where the danger lies for your kidneys. That music-backed up pressure can travel upstream. It is silent stress. You might not feel pain in your back, but your kidneys are feeling the burden of that retention every single day. Music. So, what do we usually do? We try to fix it. We look for solutions. And this brings us to the big myth that traps so many of us. We are told that music to fix our health. We need complicated medications with lists of side music effects a mile long, or we need to buy expensive men's health supplements from the drugstore music shelf. The problem is, a lot of those generic supplements are not designed with your kidneys in mind. They might be packed with herbs that interact with your medications, music, or they might contain concentrated ingredients that are hard for older kidneys to filter. Music, or perhaps we try to fix it with our diet, but we focus on the wrong things. We cut out fluids because we don't want to wake up at music night, which only dehydrates the kidneys and concentrates the urine, making everything worse. We focus on general healthy eating, but we miss the specific anti-inflammatory tools that nature provided. We ignore the power of functional foods because they seem too simple to be true. Music. We think, how can a tiny seed possibly compete with modern medicine? But history tells a different story. Yes, music. For thousands of years, across different cultures, there has been a specific black gold music, valued more than almost anything else in the pantry. It wasn't just used for flavor, it was music used as a shield. Modern science is finally catching up to what our music ancestors knew. Inflammation is the enemy, and nature has a very specific weapon to fight it. We are looking for a solution that doesn't just mask the symptom, but helps address the root cause, the swelling, music, the inflammation, and the oxidative stress without adding a heavy workload to your kidneys. We need a music swap that is gentle, effective, and safe. So we walk into the grocery store with the best intentions. We know we need to make a change. We are tired of the sleepless nights, tired of the worry, and we decide, music, it is time to eat better to support our body. You grab a cart and you head straight for the aisles that look promising. Maybe you head to the snack aisle looking for something savory to munch on while watching the game. Or maybe you go to the health food section, and this is exactly where the trap is set. Music, This is where the hidden saboteurs are waiting, and they are exceptionally good at hiding in plain music's sight. The reality for us as men over 60 is that the modern food environment is music practically engineered to work against our prostate and our kidneys. Let's look at the standard man snack. You know the type. It is usually something crunchy, music salty and convenient. Maybe it is a bag of roasted peanuts, a pack of pretzels, or some beef jerky. Music. The packaging uses bold letters, high protein, heart healthy, music or all natural. It sounds perfect. You throw it in the cart thinking you are making a smart choice because music, it isn't a candy bar. But let's flip that package over and look at what is really going on. Music. The first enemy we face here is sodium. Salt is the oldest preservative in the book, and food manufacturers use it in absolutely music everything. When you have prostate issues, one of your biggest battles is fluid retention and the pressure on your bladder. Music. When you consume high amounts of sodium, and I'm talking about the hidden salt in bread, music crackers, and processed meats, not just the salt shaker, your body holds on to water. This increases your blood volume, which raises your blood pressure. High blood pressure is the #2 cause of music kidney failure. But immediately tonight, that extra fluid means more urine production, music, and more pressure on that already squeezed urethra. You are literally eating your way, music, into another sleepless night. Then we have the issue of inflammation. Remember, an enlarged prostate, music, is effectively an inflamed prostate. It is swollen and irritated. To calm it down, music, we need to reduce inflammation. But look at the ingredients list on that music bag of healthy roasted nuts, or that box of crackers. You will almost certainly see soybean oil, music canola oil, or cottonseed oil. These are industrial seed oils, and they are loaded with omega-6 music fatty acids. Now, we need some omega-6s, but the modern music American diet gives us way too much. When our ratio of fats is off, it fuels the fire of inflammation in the body. You, music, think you are eating a simple nut, but you are actually eating a vehicle for inflammatory oil. You are pouring gas on the fire that is burning in your prostate. And it gets trickier, music, when we talk about kidneys. If you are watching your kidney health, you have to be a music detective about additives. Have you ever seen sodium phosphate or phosphoric acid music on a label? It is in processed meats, cola drinks, and even some flavored waters. Music. This is inorganic phosphorus. Our bodies absorb this stuff at a rate of nearly 100%. Music. It acts like a quiet toxin for older kidneys that might not filter as efficiently as they used to. Music. It builds up in the blood, pulls calcium from your bones, and causes calcification in your blood music vessels. It is a disaster for your long-term health. Yet, it is found music in the very foods marketed to us as convenient proteins. Let's talk about the wallet for a second, because music, that is a pain point too. When we realize regular food is tricky, we often pivot music to the supplement aisle. You stand there looking at rows of bottles with pictures of vigorous older men on them. Music, prostate support, maximum flow, urinary defense. Music cost $30, $4, maybe $50 a month. You buy one hoping it is the magic bullet. But the supplement industry is music the Wild West. Many of those pills are filled with cheap binders or dosages that don't match the clinical studies, or worse, they contain concentrated amounts of potassium or herbs, music, that might interfere with your blood pressure medication. You end up spending a fortune on a solution that might just music be creating expensive urine, if you can even pass it. It is incredibly frustrating. You feel like you are stuck between a rock and a music-hard place. On one side, the tasty, convenient foods are loaded with salt and inflammatory oils that make your prostate swell and your kidneys struggle. On the other side, the medical solutions are music, expensive, and confusing. It feels like every time you try to fix one thing, you break another. Music. You start eating more bran for fiber, but then you worry about the phosphorus. You drink more water for your kidneys, but then you are up every hour for your prostate. Music. It is a balancing act that feels impossible to win. We need to step away from the processed music aisles and the expensive supplement shelves. We need to stop looking for complex chemical solutions and start looking at what actually works biologically. Music. We need something that cuts through the inflammation without spiking your blood pressure. We need a food music that is potent enough to be medicine, but safe enough to be dinner. We need to music go back to the black gold. Welcome back. We have talked music about the problem, the sleepless nights, and the silent kidney stress, and we have exposed the traps hiding in your grocery store. Music. Now it is time for the solution. It is time to introduce you to the black gold seed. The specific seed I am talking about is music. Nigella Sativa, commonly known as black cumin or black seed. Now please do not confuse this with the regular brown cumin you might use in chili or taco seasoning. They are completely different plants. Nigella sativa is a small matte black music seed with a unique shape almost like a tiny pyramid if you look closely. It has been used for thousands of years in the Middle East, Africa, and Asia. And it was so revered in ancient Egypt that music was found buried in the tomb of King Tut. They called it black gold for a reason. It was considered a cure for everything, music, but death. But we are not here for ancient history. We are here music for modern biology. Why is this specific seed the one thing music every man over 60 needs for his prostate? The secret weapon inside these tiny seeds is a bioactive compound, music called Thymoquinone. This is the powerhouse. When you consume black cumin seeds, Thymoquinone music gets to work acting as a potent anti-inflammatory agent. Remember, music, benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, that enlarged prostate keeping you awake, is largely driven by chronic inflammation. For music, the tissues swell obstructing the flow. Thymoquinone helps to dial down that inflammatory response. It helps calm the swollen tissue, potentially reducing the pressure on your urethra and making it easier to empty your bladder completely. But here is why this is the perfect practical swap for us. Specifically, keeping our kidneys in mind. Unlike many pharmaceutical anti-inflammatories like NSAIDs or ibuprofen, which can be notoriously harsh on the kidneys, black cumin seeds have been shown in studies to have nephroprotective properties. That means they actually help protect the kidneys. They are rich in antioxidants that fight oxidative stress, which is the rust that damages our kidney filters over time. So instead of taking a pill that helps your prostate but hurts your kidneys, you are taking a whole food that supports both simultaneously. Furthermore, let's talk about metabolic health. As we age, managing blood sugar becomes critical. High blood sugar is the #1 cause of kidney damage. Research suggests that Nigella sativa can help improve insulin sensitivity and regulate blood sugar levels. By adding this seed to your diet, you are attacking the problem from multiple angles. You are fighting the local inflammation in the prostate. You are protecting the kidney tissues from oxidative damage, and you are helping to control the systemic blood sugar levels that threaten your overall health. So, how does this compare to the hidden saboteurs we talked about earlier? Think about that bag of salty, oily, roasted nuts. It gives you a crunch, but it costs you your blood pressure, and increases inflammation. Now, swap that mental image for a sprinkle of black cumin seeds. First, sodium, virtually zero. You are adding flavor without the salt shaker. Second, fats. Instead of inflammatory soybean oil, you are getting healthy natural plant fats, that support cell health. Third, phosphorus. While all seeds contain some phosphorus, you are using black cumin as a spice, not a main course. You only need a small amount, about a teaspoon a day. So the phosphorus load is negligible and perfectly safe for most stages of kidney disease. though as always, check with your doctor if you are on dialysis. Music. It is also incredibly potent in terms of flavor. It has a complex taste. Some describe it as a mix between oregano, black pepper, and music toasted onions. It is savory, aromatic, and deeply satisfying. This means you can use it to make music your kidneys safe, low-salt meals actually taste good. When your food tastes good, you don't feel deprived. And when you don't feel deprived, you stick to the music diet. This is the definition of a high-value swap. You are trading a passive habit, music, like eating junk snacks, for an active defense mechanism. You are introducing a compound, music, that hunts down inflammation and neutralizes it. And the best part, it is cheap. You can buy a 1-pound bag of organic Nigella Sativa seeds online or at a health food store for the price of maybe 2 bottles of those questionable music supplements, and that bag will last you for months. You don't need a prescription. You don't need to worry about hidden music chemicals. You just need to know how to get it into your body efficiently. It's not just about buying the seeds and letting them sit in the cupboard. Music. It's about unlocking that Thymoquinone so your body can absorb it. Now that we know why music Nigella Sativa is the black gold for your prostate and kidneys, let's get practical. Music. How do we actually eat it? If you just take a spoonful of raw seeds and chew them, you might find music them a bit tough and slightly bitter. Plus, those tiny hard shells protect the precious oil inside. If you don't break them down, they might just pass right through music you. And we don't want to waste a single drop of that done. Here is the practical food guide method, music, to unlocking their power. First, I recommend buying whole seeds, not pre-grown powder. The oils in the powder can oxidize and lose potency while sitting on the shelf. When you buy the whole seed, the gold is sealed inside, music waiting for you. Step 1 is to wake them up. Take a teaspoon of the seeds, music, and toss them into a dry skillet over low heat for just about 2 or 3 minutes. Shake the pan, music, gently. You aren't cooking them. You are just waking them up. You will, music, start to smell that incredible peppery onion-like aroma. This light heat helps music release the essential oils. Step 2 is the grind. Once they are music toasted and cooled slightly, put them in a dedicated coffee grinder or a mortar and pestle. Pulse it a few times, music, until you have a coarse powder. Now the medicine is active. Here are 3 simple ways to weave this into your day without music feeling like you are taking medicine. Number 1, the pepper swap. Put your ground black cumin into a shaker on music the table. Use it exactly where you would use black pepper. Sprinkle it on your scrambled eggs or music egg whites, your avocado toast, or your roasted vegetables. It adds a savory kick that tricks your brain into thinking you, music, are eating something salty, which helps you stick to that low-sodium kidney diet. Number 2, the smoothie shield. If you make a berry smoothie or oatmeal in the morning, toss in a music teaspoon of the ground seeds. The taste of berries or cinnamon masks the savory notes easily, so you get music all the benefits without changing the flavor profile of your breakfast. Number music 3, the black gold tea. This is the traditional way. Steep a teaspoon of the seeds, music, in hot water for 10 minutes. Strain it and add a squeeze of lemon. It is warm, soothing, and acts as a gentle diuretic to music, help flush the system without stripping your body of electrolytes. A note, music on patience and safety. Start slow. Introduce half a teaspoon a day to let your stomach adjust. Then work your way up to a full teaspoon. Music. And remember, this is a natural food, not a magic pill. It works by building up in your system. Music. Give it 4 to 6 weeks. You aren't looking for a miracle overnight. You are looking for that subtle shift, waking up one less time at night, feeling a little less pressure, seeing a better number on your next music lab test. By making this simple, affordable swap, you are taking a stand. You are saying that your health isn't music just about what you remove like salt and sugar, but about what you add to make your body stronger. Music. So, give the black gold a try. It is a small seed with a massive music promise. offering a way to protect your prostate and support your kidneys without breaking the bank. Remember, music healthy aging isn't about being perfect. It is about making smarter choices, one meal at a time. You have music the knowledge now. Go make the swap. Thanks for watching, and here is to your music.